I thought it would be way more than that.
Too easy.
Devil may cry.
Suave Dante. Foggers. Oh, he still got it. Oh, does he still got it? Yeah, he still got it. Oh, he still got it. Oh, he still got it. D-Rust, what's that? Never heard of it. I'm just better. Oh my god, he's cracked. Just genetically superior. Oh my god, he still got it. Oh my god, he still got it. Holy shit. My god. And this is him when he's tired. Ah, I fucked up. Alright, party's over. I missed a release. Show's over. Well, fuck you too. I did tell her about Oreos and water, actually. She didn't believe me. But she has terrible taste. I mean, well, for one, she likes me. But that's just a bad sign, honestly. Like, the biggest red flag of any relationship I've ever had is someone actually liked me. But besides that, I mean, she puts Nutella on bread, on toast, so... You know, she's a little wacky. Like, last night she made toast and just put Nutella on it. That was, like, her snack before bed. Like, why? Why do you like Nutella? That's gross. Oh. Hey, actual Jess. Howdy. Yeah, we hit the sub goal. What the fuck? That's sick. Thank you. You know what that means, dude? Time to raise the sub goal. Poggers. I have to ask how she feels about my hair. She loves it, actually. She's got a super big, I guess, fetish for long hair guys. She's a goth girl, dude. She likes metalheads. Yeah. Safari is not my girlfriend. Please believe me. Am I still alive after 7 hours of streaming? Immortal? Oh, that's not that long. I used to stream like 12 hours a day every day. Like most full-time streamers do like 200 plus hours a month. It's like 40 extra hours over full-time work. Wait, I'm a little tired. That's what I was saying earlier. It's like I still got plenty of time to kill. My girlfriend doesn't get home till like 10:30. So I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest of the time because I'm tired. So I won't be able to. Probably won't be able to do any more runs. Like I fucking tried to do DMD, but I was too DMC1 DMD. I mean, I was too rusty and fucking tired to actually finish. What's up, Tao? How you doing? Damn, that release did no damage. It was cool though. What I really need to do is work on a fucking YouTube video for my main channel, but I'm lazy and I don't want to work on it. I'm like more than willing to work on highlight videos and to keep the archive channel going. But the main channel, dude, I just cannot get myself to fucking work on it. I don't know why. And that's where I make most of my money. I haven't uploaded a video there in like 90 days. I've had editors before. I do have an editor, just not for the main channel. It's just, it's cheaper, the result comes out better, and it gets done faster if I do it myself, for the main channel at least. For the highlight videos, definitely editor is the way to go. My editor is really awesome, Fabian's cool. He does a great job. Turnaround's really good. Fast, consistent. He's a legend. Alright, let's see if I can do Gigazip. Well, no one edits the archive channel because it's literally just, I just like highlight stuff from my streams and then upload them. The highlight channel is Xavian, and then the main channel, I edit everything. Well, no Gigazip for me. Homie's still over here, just jumping around. Yeah, I do all my thumbnails. Thumbnails are easy. Thumbnails are really simple once you know how to do them. At least for something like the archive channel, like, I don't put a lot of effort into the thumbnails really. Yeah, I don't do illustrations very often, but... Well, recently I've been commissioning artists, because I'm not that good of an artist. Like, most of the Soko stuff you see other people have did. I used to do all the illustrations myself, but it's just too much work. Like, you gotta delegate as much work as possible when you run, like, in a business, because... That's just how, like, you make more money by doing delegating, you know? Because you have more time to work on the stuff that only you can do. Like, only I can really do the writing and the streaming, right? Can't really delegate streaming work. I can't have someone else stream from my channel. Doesn't really make sense. And then, like... I have to write everything. Yeah, that's true. a killer stream on my channel. But besides that, I mean, I don't really have to do any of the other stuff, but I've tested to see if the other stuff is cost effective, and it just isn't. So like the way I'm doing it right now is just the best way to do it for me at the moment. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mercy is EU, right? So it's like 6 in the morning there. It's not that late, I guess. I thought it was later. It's still late, though. I'll be asleep. Hydrate. Don't tell me what to do, Baka. I'm such a soon today, honestly. Don't say that, it's 7 p.m. Cheers. No. Arizona has its own time zone. Even more Giga Chad than MST. We don't do daylight savings time at all. We're from the future. Didn't Congress like pass a bill saying that daylight savings time was going to be eradicated in like the next 2 years or something? It's like the most base thing Congress has ever done. Like the not racist version of base, you know? They've definitely done more racist things. You got 2 different time zones in Idaho? How the hell do you need 2 different time zones for just Idaho? The potatoes are still growing at the same pace on both sides of the time zone. You can say base like 100 times, I still wouldn't know what it means. Exactly, no one knows what it means. It's provocative. It's the people going. It's base. Based on what, you might say? Thank you. It is pretty sexy if you ask me. Does it base mean something is or someone is cool? It's a little bit more nuanced than that. But kinda, yeah. Based is short for like based and red pilled. Red pilled stemming from like the Matrix, like blue and red pill. The red pill being like the pill that like wakes you up and you see the truth, you know? There's like a Reddit saying, like based and red pilled. People used to say unironically when someone was being like woke, like anti-woke, you know, like I guess I don't know how true this is, but like the rumor is that originally it stemmed from like racist online communities where they'd say like someone was based and red pilled for saying like some fucking racist shit about, you know, whatever, like statistics or something, you know, like crime rate, blah blah blah. But like, you know, people co-opted it and started using it ironically to kind of make fun of them. It's like it doesn't really mean that, you know, or like being red pilled about women, you know, like blah blah blah, like women like don't treat men right and like divorce court and XD, like whatever, you know. Not to, I'm not talking about the validity of any of the claims on either side, but like, you know what I mean? Like that's like the history of it. But then like you just shorten it to based. Basically just means like true, like that's like crazy, or like, you know, like not crazy, but like, you know what I'm trying to say. It's hard to explain memes because they're so esoteric, but yeah, it's like based and red pilled, like that's true. It's almost like a single word version of like Giga Chad, right? But a little bit different. Like a perfect example would be if someone said, like, I don't want to run 100% in Doom Eternal because Ace is a better category. Like that's based. It's just like a, you know, like a unpopular opinion, but it's like kind of true, you know? Based to you kind of means like something that's true that no one wants to admit is true. Yeah, basically. That's a good way to describe it. But like, obviously, since it stems from like either incels or like racists and stuff, it has like the negative connotation. That's part of the reason why saying base is funny. Right, because like that's where it comes from. So to say something like which speedrun category is better than another is based is like kind of reductive and hilarious, you know? Because that has nothing to do with what the word actually means, and on some level, like, or at least where it stems from. Like the self-serious nature of saying like based and red pill when it comes to something like critical race theory or some wild shit, right? Like, compared to like something really dumb, like, I don't know, not drinking soda or something, right? Like, it's just kind of comical. Which is what makes based funny. Orange juice with pulp is for babies. Based, dude. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's fucking funny. Because it's like so minor and like not self-serious. Yeah, I saw that, Safari. Loner sent that to me. It's pretty funny. I think I read someone say on Twitter that the reason it says that is because they literally just copy pasted the rules from PUBG or something. And like lazy lawyers didn't change anything with the wording of the rules and stuff for code of conduct across games. It's like literally word for word the same thing that happens in PUBG, I guess. Yeah, because you know the terms of service, like when you play a game, sometimes there's like a terms of service that you have to opt into or whatever. And there's sometimes does exist for single player games. Well, the one for Castillo Protocol is really funny. It's like you will not abuse glitches or exploits or play the game in any unintended ways, or you may receive a penalty. Which is hilarious because it's a fucking 10-hour long single player movie game. So honestly, that's kind of based, you know, to be honest. I will eat the red pill, HRT. Yeah, it's kind of funny because there's like such a weird overlap between the whole based and red pill meme. Because the trans community like strongly recognizes the red pill as HRT. Like hormone replacement therapy. One orb off? Yeah, well, I don't want to buy it till the middle of the mission anyways, but it's kind of funny. Literally one orb away from 20k. They'll just pirate it so you don't have to agree to the terms of service. Ah, yes, 5-head. I think it's just lazy lawyers, honestly. Like, they're not gonna fucking do anything. What are they gonna do, dude? They're gonna fucking come to your house and shoot you in the dick for cheating in a speedrun? That only happens in RE4. We'll smoke HRT while from a bong while eating crisps. Crisps, huh? That's what we're calling them now. I don't remember there being a B in the LGBTQ. Wait, yeah, there is. Apparently the B stands for Britain, not bisexual. Unfortunate. It's more fun to say crisp than chips. It's more correct to say chips than crisps, though. Not everything is about fun, you know. Do it right rather than to go fast. You're a beta male, Sonic. In a Petersonian sense. In order to elevate an alternate sexual archetype in the marketplace. Fastest Dante. Being British is now part of the community. Maybe, dude, maybe. I don't know. I'm only bisexual, so I don't have that many like medallions in my Infinity Gauntlet when it comes to that community. Nice fight. Well, it's not really. That's the thing. It's just an arbitrary way to categorize people. I mean, I'm sure there's some aspect of community involved with it, but I'm certainly not a part of it. I don't like go to a bisexual board meeting every month or nothing, you know? Although it might be cool if I did. What kind of spider is this? The dead kind. No, Slayer. I'm doing something. I'm speedrunning. No, I speedrun lots of games, man. Just today, I look at the list on the side. Speedrun all those games above this one. Ouch. What would be the LGBT stock? If they had a stock. Or are there like sub stocks? Like each letter gets its own stock. Did you guys see that crypto is dead? And will probably always be dead from now on? Crypto's like actually gone. Bottom stock? Bro, bisexuals have a majority holding of that stock, that's for sure. I can tell you, as one, that is definitely the bisexual stock. So glad I didn't get into crypto nor understand it. Yeah, it's a good thing. I mean, definitely now, like, that shit is gone, like, forever. Apparently $16 billion worth of invested crypto was completely frauded and just yoinked. Actually insane. $16 billion worth of crypto scam. One of the like crypto trading websites, basically, like one of the two big crypto trading websites that had like $16 billion worth of investments in crypto, wasn't actually backed by US dollars at all. It was like backed off by like their own fake coin, and so like they literally just like disappear with the money. It's actually insane. Yo, Punchy. Thanks for the raid, dude. Just in time, we're talking about crypto. Yeah, FTX. How's your stream, man? What were you up to? You're playing Uno? Let's fucking go, dude. What's up, Zombizzle? We're just pouring one out for the crypto homies. That shit's dead forever. Go to the bathroom, Punchy. Immediately. Don't pee, though. No, I have never drank alcohol. See a future of cheap GPUs? I hope so. We're just talking about how FTX basically ruined crypto last week. So you don't have to worry about crypto scams anymore because crypto isn't worth anything. And like, it has completely undermined all of the trust involved with selling and trading crypto forever, essentially. There's like $16 billion worth of cryptocurrency that was just like disappeared, essentially. Yo, cool R. Thanks for the raid, dude. Much love. Hope your stream went well. Welcome, everybody. I never understood how did people have the courage to throw hundreds of thousands of dollars on Monopoly money? Well, have you ever heard of a thing called the Russian ruble? All money is Monopoly money. Your cringe crypto phase got you a 3090? That's pretty base. How'd that happen? The whole point about the Russian ruble is like Russian inflation go insane right now. So like, you know, any currency can fail in theory. Not gold? I knew someone was gonna say that. Okay, boomer. Have fun using fucking gold bars to pay for your fucking internet bill. I'll be waiting. I mean, I understand it in principle, but I don't agree with it in execution. Like, firewood is a much more, like, immediate resource, you know? Because, like, everyone knows what to do with firewood. But like gold isn't like that inherently valuable to a normal person because like what the fuck are you gonna do with gold? You know what I mean? Like you could use it in like producing electronics, but that's like such an insanely complicated process that a normal person can't do that. Like, and if you use gold as like exchange currency, then it's just currency again. So It just basically becomes fiat money again. But then tree farmers would be the 1%. Do people farm trees? Are tree farmers a thing? I feel like that would be a really unlucrative business. Like, what's your turnaround? Like, because, like, think about it. You know how long it takes for a fucking tree to grow? This ain't Minecraft, right? Like, it's not like 5 minutes. It takes like decades for trees to grow. To like the point where you can actually use them as wood. Christmas tree fields are a thing? How long does it take for a Christmas tree to grow? To do tree farming here in Brazil, it takes about 7 to 9 years to grow some good sized eucalyptus trees. Okay, but like wood goes fast, right? Like like how much wood do you get out of like 7 to 9 years worth of growth on a eucalyptus tree? It can't be that much, right? Like I burn through like fucking 10 pallets a night when I'm burning those. I don't understand how wood is manufactured at all now that I realize it. Now that I actually think about it. It makes no sense to me. Because like we have a lot of wood, but I don't see that many trees. So, like where the fuck does this shit come from? No despawn. I got that one though. No, I didn't? What? I got scammed. I feel like maybe I played too much Minecraft as a kid, and I just like have a very skewed perspective about how fast trees grow. But I feel like it takes an insanely long time. Precious metals are basically only valuable for their relative rarity, like some types of gems. Most of them aren't actually immediately useful except for in high-tech fields. Yeah, that's true. They're also pretty, though. Like, your girlfriend wants them, right? Now, here's the question. Are they pretty because they're valuable, or are they valuable because they're pretty? Because I swear to God, some of these gems are really ugly. And they're only valuable because... they're only deemed pretty because they're valuable. We have about 50,000 trees in the land we own. Okay, but like, I'm trying to think like, you're not growing them all at the same time, right? Well, I mean, I guess you are, but like they're not gonna all be done at the same time, right? Like not all 50,000 of the trees are gonna be like ready to harvest at the same time. Right, like they go in waves. Otherwise you'd have 50,000 trees worth of wood at once. And then you'd have to wait 9 years to be able to sell again. That doesn't really seem like a lucrative business option. Because if the price of wood changes between harvests, which it will because it's 10 years, then, you know. More of a side hustle for the farm. Wow, you got 50,000 trees just playing around. Side hustle. Oh, the blocks. I'm a legend. It's like a Supreme shirt. There's only hype because it's expensive. I just don't understand how tree farming can be lucrative whatsoever. Like, I feel like trees just take way too long to grow for you to be able to get your ROI. Right? Like, dude, that is a slow investment. Like, let's say you're looking for an investor, right? Like, you want to start a tree farm. You're like, all right, get this, dude. Get this. All right, you give me $50,000, and in 10 years, we'll have 50,000 trees. And then we cut the trees up, process them, then sell them. Like, that's so long on the turnaround. Like, no one would want to do that. Right? What is expensive? It's not that expensive. Patch of that land was going to take too much money to work on, so trees were planted there instead. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, that's what I figured. Like, if you cycled it, like if you were constantly planting trees all the time, then after 10 years, you would consistently have trees to harvest at all times, right? And then it would kind of make sense, I guess. But it takes 10 years to get there. Yo, Spectrum, thanks for the raid. Don't ask. How's your stream? The good woods take much longer than that? That just seems insane. Like, I don't know how anyone would actually be able to do it. I feel like what percentage of wood that is sold in the market is like farmed? Because it feels like the only really viable way to get wood for sale is to just go into the fucking forest and cut everything down. That seems like way more lucrative than just farming it. Because you gotta wait for that shit to grow. You bought coal, you bought farmed trees. Really? Later, Jess. Have a good night. Thanks, Megan. I'm learning so much about the world today. You mean charcoal, specifically, right? I think if you have a tree farm for wood, you might have other investments since they take time to become profitable. I guess. It just seems like, yeah, I mean, that's basically what the old man said, right? Like they have other investments going, but they have extra land, so they planted trees on it. But I feel like there are better investments than trees. But I guess like it's a very specific set of circumstances, right? Like you have lots of money and you have other sets of money, like other verticals for income, but you have extra lands that you can't actually use for anything. So I guess trees is the next best option. I don't know. Investments confuse me sometimes because like people invest millions of dollars into esports organizations that like just don't make money, you know? Or like the thing that really doesn't make any sense to me is like, why the fuck does anyone make video games? Like most video games don't make their money back, let alone give a huge like profit margin. So like where are all these capital venturists, or venture capitalists, I mean, capital venturists, something almost, just like pouring money into video games? Like you would think that they would learn by now that like it's not a good investment. Like who the fuck is paying to make video games? Like video games don't make money. I mean, some of them do. Like a small amount of them make an insane amount of money. But like a Castillo protocol, for instance, right? Like virtually impossible. Like the odds that that game made money, very low, right? Like if you're an investor and someone comes up to you and it's like, okay, we make Dead Space, but again, and with a less qualified studio. Like, we need $50 million or whatever. In what reality do you say yes to that? Yeah, I mean, the people that make the game itself probably just enjoy making games, but who is the venture capitalist spending like millions of dollars to produce it? Like, do they actually think they're gonna get their money back? Because like, if you have an insane amount of money, like $50 million, right, that you want to invest into something, there are a lot of options, right? Like, you could do like Fortune 500 companies for something safe, or like just trade stocks, you know? Something that has like a way more immediate turnaround. And like is way higherly likely to give you your return on investment. Like, I don't see if you have that kind of money, why you would ever put it into videos. It just makes no sense. Like, it just doesn't seem like a good investment. Unless you like literally just got money to burn, you don't give a fuck. Passion project for the venture capitalists that fund it, like the publishers, like EA. Like I don't know. I don't buy that. I just think they're so disconnected from reality that they somehow think that it's gonna make money. I don't know, like if I had $1 million and I was looking to invest into something, I think the last thing I would invest in is like League of Legends. Video games are generally funded like movies. 20% I want to fund a video game. 80% it's a medium risk with a high chance of paying off extremely well. With a chance of paying off extremely well. Yeah, it's like gambling, right? Like the investors are just gambling. They're like, this will be the next Call of Duty, potentially. And if it is, I have a big piece of the pie, right? Like that's the idea, I guess. But the chances that the game is Call of Duty are so low. Like the amount of dog shit games that come out every year. Like, yeah, like Stray did, but like the chances that Stray actually makes money is like so low. Like, it's essentially RNG. You know what I mean? That probably made up for every other flop that they had 10 times over. It depends though, because if you scale, then it doesn't cover them. Like Ubisoft games don't scale. You know what I mean? Like they spend like $10 million making the first Assassin's Creed game. It sells like really well or whatever, and then they just keep making the same shit over and over again. But like, if you make 4 or 5 games, like games are so expensive to make. If you make 4 or 5 of them in a row that all flop, then well, there you go. You got like $50 million sitting on the ground. You know what I mean? That's the model. You publish a bunch of games and hope one mega hit covers the handful that ate shit. That just like, okay, but like, if you're an investor, why would you ever do that? That just seems like such a dog shit use of your money. That's called being THQ. Yeah, I know. But like, I just don't see why, like, unless you have some fixation with video games, like why you would, it seems like such a bad risk. I don't know. Like, I would never do that. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm just a pussy that doesn't understand, but that's what I'm saying. It's like the, of all the, like, dude, literally just like buy a casino or something, right? Because you believe some publishers and developers are too big to fail? I mean, obviously that's not true, but like, even if you do believe that, that's like taking the safer bet, I guess. I don't know. Like, whoever the fuck convinced some corporate shills, some bajillionaires to fund Kingdom Hearts, like that dude rolled a natural 20 in charisma. Like, how did you convince a bunch of suits, look, we're gonna take Final Fantasy characters and Disney characters and put them in the same video game, and we need $50 million to do it? That dude, really good at giving head, probably. I don't know how you sell that. I want to get into game design, but now you're making me feel like I can't make it. Well, don't be a bitch and listen to what I say. Do whatever you want. I'm just saying, I don't understand how video games make money, because a lot of video games don't make money. The story goes that a dude literally cornered someone in an elevator for that one. Did he fart right beforehand? And then like block the door? That's the only way I could understand this to happen. Yeah, Patrick, thanks for the raid. I'm not letting you out until you accept my game pitch. Hey Vogel, thank you. How you doing? Hey Slash. Please do a speedrun of Resident Evil 6. Please stop talking. Thank you. Video games just have so many moving parts. Like, honestly, I'm just in shock that video games still exist. It's like a miracle, you know. Like if you really think about the logistics of how expensive video games are. I make you sad, and you make me annoyed. Truly a clown's world. But yeah, if you look at the logistics of like how difficult it is to make a video game and how expensive it is, like the fact that they exist is kind of miraculous. No, I haven't, remember. It's kind of like anime, right? Like anime logistically just doesn't make any sense, you know? Like the only way the anime can exist is if you just don't pay the animators. Like that's the only way it can exist. Otherwise, logistically, it just doesn't make any sense. That's kind of the same way with the game development too. Like they just don't pay the devs, essentially. That's how they get away with it. Like otherwise it's just not profitable, right? Like you have to actually pay your workers and have them only work like 40 hours a week, then like it just doesn't get done. Because like it doesn't bring in enough money to actually like justify the amount of manpower being spent on it, essentially. That family fun. So fascinated by the timeline of 4 people in a garage for 12 months to a company of 1,000 people plus $10 million every 4 years. Yeah, it's kind of wild, huh? Gamers need a union. Maybe not my union. It's shitty, but like a good union. Yeah, the problem is the job is too high in demand. You can't make a union for a job that's too high in demand. Like, that's like trying to make a union for like professional athletes, right? Like, what are you gonna do? You want to play in the NFL or not, right? Like, this is the deal you get. There is though? I'm surprised. No, not a union? Okay. Well then, there isn't then. But think about it this way, right? Like, you're an animator, alright? You've worked your whole life to become good enough at drawing and animating that you can be an animator at like Disney. You beat out like billions of other people that have tried to do that. You finally made it, and you get there and the working conditions are fucking terrible, right? What are you gonna do? You're gonna give up your whole life's dream of being an animator at Disney so that you can like go on strike and be like, I need to be paid more or whatever? Or are you just gonna work at the job that you worked your whole life to be at and not risk getting fired because there is a line of 1 million people standing behind you ready to take your place that will work for actually nothing? Right, like, you just take it and work because someone is standing right behind you and will take your spot. And they will have a big smile on their face while they get paid $0 after the first 40. And they work 80 hours that week. And it takes like some insane talent to break that cycle, you know? Fortunately, in sports, you have people like insane superstars like Michael Jordan and shit, and they have some swaying power and stuff like that. So they can kind of like, you know, bring everyone under their wing and shit and try to like build some regulation type stuff. But otherwise, they'll just be like this happens in skateboarding all the time. Like, oh, you broke your leg? Well, looks like you're not pro anymore. You can't skate for the next like year and a half? Well, that sucks. Better find a job. You know, like, get fucked. Because there's a million people standing behind you in line waiting to get their fucking shot. And they don't have broken legs, so. That's funny, Open Solar. Funny part is, you actually end up with a better product if you treat your employees better, though. Like, KyoAni treats their staff like really well relative to like other anime industry studios, and KyoAni has like some of the best animation out there. It's just greed, you know. It's greed and the industry itself just like not being mature enough, really. But it's kind of hard to do that reformation because, like, what are you gonna do? Go on strike? So they can pick up a bunch of new animators that are like even better than you, probably. Crazy. You know why those professional athletes sports have unions though, over Solar? Because they were made that long ago. Because they were made in the 50s. And in the 50s, like, there was a huge revolution behind getting unions and stuff because of the Industrial Revolution. And like World War II and shit. But like, trying to get one going nowadays is like impossible. Oh! Oh my god. Speaking of impossible, it's gonna be impossible to clean the cum out of my pants after that. Jesus Christ. Fucking ingrained in the fibers. My god. Oh my goodness. Oh my damn. Oh my goodness. They going ham. Hey, Davidzi. Thank you. I just mean like the American culture back then was more forward thinking about like unions and stuff because of all the shit that happened with World War II and the terrible conditions that were around in the Industrial Revolution and stuff. Because it's easy to just be like, well, you know, like, we don't get that many days off. or sick days. That sucks, but like, whatever, I gotta work. It's a lot harder to go, well, you know, Steve just lost his fucking arm in a milling accident last week. That's the 5th person this month to lose their arm in a milling accident. You know, that, like, when that's happening, it's a little bit easier to organize people and be like, yeah, we need a union. But when it's something that's more mellow, like time off or like sick days and shit, then it's a little bit harder to radicalize people to like actual doing stuff. Because it's just not, I mean, it's important, obviously, but it's not as important. Like, there's not that visceral, like, oh my God, we're all gonna die, or like, we're gonna get cancer from our job or some shit reaction that you get from the terrible working conditions of back then, right? Talking about unionization. We're talking about how like it's likely impossible that like the games industry or anime industry will ever actually have proper unions because the culture around working now is not as hard stance on worker rights because the overall quality of work is just better. Any chance for world record? No, the world record finished like 13 minutes ago. I'm not gonna get the quick kill. Yeah, fuck. You're dead. See? GG. Time is 40? How can someone do that? No, the time